Well, tonight it's been described as a political earthquake. Donald Trump stunning the world, announcing he wants the US to take over Gaza and resettle its entire Palestinian population elsewhere, creating a Riviera of the Middle East.
The US will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too.
A bombshell statement no one saw coming.
We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons, level the site, ending the death and destruction and, frankly, bad luck.
Donald Trump today announcing plans to clear out the Gaza Strip.
How many people are you thinking about?
All of them. I mean, we're talking about probably 1.7 million people, 1.7 million, maybe 1.8 million. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 12. It could be numerous sites, or it could be one large site.
The US president envisaging Gaza as a paradise for the, quote, world's people.
Everybody I've spoken to loves the idea of the United States owning that piece of land, developing and creating thousands of jobs in a really magnificent area that nobody would know, the Riviera of the Middle East.
And if the Palestinian people refuse to move, Trump hasn't ruled out sending in US troops.
You are the greatest friend Israel has ever had in the White House.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu endorsing the resettlement, which has long been a goal of Israel's far right.
He sees a different future for that piece of land that has been the focus of so much terrorism. He has a different idea. I think it's something that could change history.
As protesters gathered outside the White House, the world reacted in shock.
It's absolutely illogical, irrational, utterly unrealistic, and frankly idiotic.
The illegal occupation of a sovereign land, ethnic cleansing, which constitute on both counts, crimes against humanity.
Palestinians, Hamas, and the wider Arab world all rejecting the move.
Our homeland is our homeland. The Palestinian people selected the choice to return to it.
Our people in the Gaza Strip will not allow these plans to pass.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's position on the establishment of a Palestinian state is firm and unwavering.
The delicate ceasefire now hanging in the balance, Gaza's future somehow more uncertain than ever before.
Palestinian journalist Abubaker Abed is in Gaza. He joins us now. Abubaker, we only spoke to you last week. We saw the happiness and the joy of you going home to the Strip. So how are Gazans feeling about all this?
For me personally, when I listened to Trump and what he was saying, I was thinking about how on earth could someone really decide my plans or decide my future? It's heartbreaking. I've stayed here. I've survived 14 months of war, 14 months of absolute horror. And I didn't really lose hope at all. And then Trump wants to take me out and clean all the entire Gaza Strip from people. That is beyond comprehension. I don't know how that can be possible. Gaza has been turned into a wasteland. People have to know that. People are using their bare hands and just simple devices to remove the rubble, clear up the rubble from their houses. They need years until they can finish that. People are still afraid. People are still frightened. Their faces are smeared with dejection and desolation. People are not aware of that. People don't know that we, as Palestinians, have borne the brunt of this war, although we were not a party to it. And now we are just being brutalized. We're simply the most traumatized people on the planet. Now, I can tell you, I don't feel a human at all. I don't feel a human at all. People are here just trapped in a bubble of terror, in a bubble of suffering and pain that is endless.
Abubaker, it appears that the world seems to be talking about you and not to you once again. So let me ask this. Would you want to live anywhere else?
Look, I had the chance several times during the war to leave Gaza, but I did not. Because I'm rooted here. I'm so much connected with this land. I can't leave it. My heart is planted here. Either I will die here under the rubble of my home or under the rubble of my homeland, or I will not ever think about leaving, because people know that they will not have peace, they will not have comfort and tranquility anywhere across the globe. Not Egypt, not Jordan, not any country across the globe, except here in Gaza. Why are people focusing on us as subhumans, as people who don't have any importance at all? It's disheartening. It's depressing. It's unbelievable that we are going to be ethnically cleansed from Gaza. That is unacceptable. I don't know how the world will react.
Abubaker, you might be, I guess, a touch reassured to hear that the response from the world so far has been a pretty clear and thorough rejection of this proposal from Donald Trump. But all that aside, there is a ceasefire in place right now and it's famously fragile. Are you worried this sort of intervention could jeopardise the ceasefire in the here and now?
Absolutely, because that's what I've been expecting. People know that this war might be resumed at any point, at any juncture. And we're here just traumatized. We're still carrying water from afar. We're still searching for food. People are still displaced in their flimsy, leaky tents. And we are still shivering with cold and fear every single day. I see in front of you a glass of water or a cup of water that is not available here. That is hard to find here. It's so cumbersome to find water here. And even the water is available is contaminated. This is the peak of dehumanization. But as far as this continues, we would prefer death, just death. It's better than listening to people's words coming from or emanating from different people across the globe.
Abubaker, as always, very powerfully put. Thank you very much for giving us an insight.
Thank you. You're welcome.